49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. Fantastic football action from all around the Bay Area. We'll see Acalanes battle Menlo-Atherton, St. Francis meets McClymonds, and the Battle of the Den with Leland and Pioneer.
We have thrilling flag football, including Riordan at Carlmont, volleyball with Branson and Carondelet, and the story of the Piedmont Hills football star and his battle with epilepsy. 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank, starts right now.
Welcome to week 2 of 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We just keep on going. We start tonight with the big Saturday afternoon game between two of the Bay Area's very best teams. The De La Salle Spartans are coming off a hard-fought win over Lakeland of Florida last week. The Spartans defense did not give up a point in that game. Deuce Jones-Drew played every down on offense and on defense.
Yep, he's really good. Serra lost a close battle in what was a very different game against Folsom. The two teams racking up 98 total points, with the Padres' Isaiah Singleton rushing for 117 yards. The two teams with big challenges again this week in the game played at Serra Saturday afternoon.
Super Bowl champion Dana McLemore helping out with the coin toss as Serra takes on De La Salle. The Spartans on the board first in the first. Give it to Jamal Johnson-Lucas, who powers his way in for the touchdown. 6-0 De La Salle after one. Serra looking to answer back in the second, but Wyatt Ferguson gets to the quarterback for the big-time sack. De La Salle on the board again later in the quarter as Braden Knight fakes the handoff and scampers into the end zone for 6. The two-point conversion is no good, and it's 12-0 De La Salle at halftime. The Padres trying to get their offense going in the second half. Caleb Bandel drops back and connects with Jace Cannon inside De La Salle territory to move the chains. But Bubba Vargas was everywhere for the Spartans in the second half. Bubba with a great read to blow up the play here as the Serra drive stalls. Then later in the quarter, Peli Pasa and Bubba Vargas team up for the sack. Bubba forces the fumble and recovers the loose ball. What a play for the senior linebacker. Braden Knight finds the end zone again as the senior QB takes the handoff and just muscles his way into the end zone for his second rushing TD of the game, and it's 19-0 Spartans. De La Salle looking to put this one away. Brady Smith gets the delayed handoff, finds the hole, and there he goes! Past the 50, and he is flying! 70 yards to the promised land for the senior. The point after is good, and it's 26-0 De La Salle Spartans. Serra trying to break through in the fourth, but the pass is picked off by Jaden Nicholas to preserve the shutout as the Spartans win it 26-0 to go to 2-0 on the season.
The Dons giving a quick prayer before Arroyo hosts Washington. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. Dons near midfield in the first. Jonah Shelton steps back and fires to Robert McGehee. Quick steps. Whoop! I've seen enough. Put him in Madden with moves like that. The big gain puts the Dons in the red zone, and a few plays later, it's Joseph Estes fighting the end zone, and this was just the beginning for Estes. Arroyo up 7-0. Minute left in the first, Dons going with the aerial attack as Shelton slings a pass to Rodney Roy. The 25-yard connection brings in one of two receiving touchdowns for Rodney. Dons up 14-0 after one. Huskies able to force a punt and make them pay. The speedster Joseph Guerra makes a couple moves, takes it across the field, and he is G-O-N-E gone. 65-yard punt return for a touchdown, completely untouched. The senior puts Washington on the board 14-7 at the half, but the Dons score 21 unanswered points. Here's Estes running it up the middle and making it 28-7. A few drives later, Estes again handling the rock. The spectacular senior had 188 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns, including this run, muscling his way in for pay dirt. Washington gets back on the board in the fourth. Cameron Redd gets the ball near the goal line and fights his way in for 6 to cut the lead 35-14. But the Dons were firing on all cylinders. Shelton sends a rainbow pass to McGehee in the end zone for the TD. Shelton threw for 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. So much talent on one squad just isn't fair. The Dons put on a show in San Lorenzo, taking down Washington 48-14.
An East Bay League matchup between Foothill and San Ramon Valley on Tuesday. Can I just say we love flag football. First quarter and the Falcons are driving. Bree Olson takes a snap. She looks left, throws right. Jesse Gadd catches and runs it in for 6. The point after makes it 7-0 Foothill. Still in the first, and San Ramon Valley's defense makes a big play. The pass is tipped, and Hanya Bose corrals it. Great play there from one of the stars of the basketball team. Picking up the SRV drive in the second quarter, Gia Ryan rolls left, cocks back, delivers a seed to Brooke Kay. Touchdown Wolves. A missed point after makes it 8-6 Foothill. But the Wolves are back threatening at midfield. There are two Falcons applying pressure to the QB. Addie Cortez intercepts the pass and gains about 15 yards after the catch. Addie had herself a game. That big defensive play leads to a Falcon score. Olsen to Claire Young, and with the 2-point conversion, Foothill leads 15-6. Time winding down in the first half. Ryan gets the snap, and with plenty of time in the pocket, completes a pass to Asha Hanger in the end zone. The score is 15-14 Foothill at the half. Lots of great defense in this one. This is Molly Hess applying the pressure and getting the sack. Foothill punts, and here comes the Wolves. Gia Ryan launches a deep ball up the sideline, and that is right in Hanger's breadbasket. Lots of space, but a great flagpole from Claire Young makes it down at the 10-yard line, leading to SRV's go-ahead tutty in the fourth. Ryan to Hanger for the lead, and that was all she wrote. San Ramon Valley comes from behind to win it 20-15 to go to 3-0 on the season.
The stands are packed in Brentwood for water polo as College Park visits Liberty. College Park out to an early lead. The Falcons expand the lead when Gibson Galbraith fires ahead to Nick Austin, who shoots and scores from far out. It's 4-1 College Park. More Falcons and Austin in the first. Another goal by Nick, assisted by the freshman Braden Stager. 5-1 after one. Stager with another opportunity to make a play. Opts to float it in and scores. Falcons expand the lead to 8-2. Liberty keeps fighting. Zachary Pierce to Alex Silva. Silva scores. It's 11-4 College Park at the half. Lions cut the deficit to 6 after Joel Ray finds Silva for another goal. This one is from far out. Falcons keep on soaring though. Quinn Shaver to Stager to Austin. Put it on the board. 13-5 College Park. Jackson Gilmore finds Stager. This time Braden has a one-on-one with the goalie. Plays patient and capitalizes on the opportunity as College Park wins by 10. On the road, Austin with 7 goals in the match.
The Rikus Center brings us the Players of the Week award each week. Scan the QR code on your screen to see the nominees and vote for who you think will be this week's Players of the Week.
That's right. We'll announce the winners on Instagram on Wednesday with the wrap designed for our winners every week on this show. Here are this week's Gary Rikus Memorial Players of the Week.
49ers Cow High. These are your Gary Rikus Players of the Week. Rikus Center. Andre Armendariz from Dublin. Just look at the way that he be rushing. Come on. Just look at the way that he be rushing. Any competition out there, he is crushing. He really went off, got 3 TDs. Really just look like the MVP. Get out the way, you can't see me. Up in the end zone is where I be. 167 on the yards. He really just be going hard. Just check all the stats on the card. This ambition, it makes you go far. Kate Hansen, got the cornerback dancing, yard advancements, making most of the chances, incredible catches, breaking down the mismatches, playing with passion, it's just simply satisfaction. She came through with a fingertip catch, QB saw the mismatch, needed to deliver that straight in the end zone and connected for a total of 2 touchdowns. Sacred Heart is really going up now. Cal High. Gary Rikus, Players of the Week. We back to school.
Time to announce our U.S. Bank 49ers Prep Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week Award. Here is the 49ers fullback, Kyle Juszczyk.
Hi, I'm 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk. Each week, 49ers Flag and 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank, honor local high school coaches with the Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week Award. These coaches show leadership on the field and make a lasting impact in their communities. Each winner receives a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation and will be recognized in a pregame on-field ceremony. Here's Robert and Aubrey with this week's honorees.
This week's award goes to Dublin High School head football coach Napoleon Kaufman. The Gales opening their 2025 season in dominant fashion, defeating the Berkeley Yellow Jackets 42-7 in the home opener. For his leadership and accomplishments, Coach Kaufman will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation. Congratulations to Coach Napoleon Kaufman, this week's 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, the Euroclinic Girls Game of the Week as Riordan squares off with Carlmont in a top girls flag football matchup.
And Tennyson takes on Newark Memorial, but first, a look at a prominent Bellarmine Prep alum now doing great work in our community.
I'm Connor Salcido, class of 2007, and I've been head of program for Bell Soccer since 2015. In those 10 years, we've won more WCAL, CCS, and NorCal titles than any other boys program, and historically we've had one of the most dominant teams in the state. But that's not why I came back to coach. I didn't come back because of championships. I came back because of people.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses US Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Bernardi Zerata. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Bernardi Zerata, because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
Every week this year, we will have a Girls Game of the Week receiving special coverage with a reporter on the scene and a post-game MVP interview where the MVP gets these custom headphones for all of her efforts. Nice job, Vanna. All this thanks to Euro Clinic, where European auto care meets uncompromising standards.
This week, we feature the girls from Riordan coming off an amazing 22-2 season opening this year at Carlmont. The Scots were 17-4 last year and looking to maintain their winning ways. It's our Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week. Jake Vanderbrook was there.
Well, this is the place to be if you want a great flag football matchup. We're in Belmont for this exciting showdown between Carlmont and Riordan. Starting with the two-time Peninsula League champs, Carlmont features a lot of talent on its roster, including senior quarterback Lauren Green. The Southpaw threw for well over 2,500 passing yards last season with 44 touchdowns. And for the reigning Skyline Division champs, Riordan features Katie McGoldrick. The senior linebacker was named first-team All-League last season for her stellar play, so she'll be a player to watch out for. Let's get this Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week underway. A lot of defense, which means a lot of flag pulls. Here's Carlmont's Emerson Barajas getting the stop. Here comes Riordan bringing the physicality early as Katie McGoldrick delivers with the flagpole. Nicely done. Shortly after, Carlmont rolls the dice on fourth down, but Sienna Lujano says, "You can't get away from me." No score after one. More defense in the second. Scots decide the blitz, and it works to perfection as the captains Amina Muhammad and Sophia Lee are there for the sack. Busy day on the ground for Haley Coolidge. The freshman had 11 carries along with 78 yards, and here Haley gets the first down. A few plays later, give the dang ball to Coolidge, and she barrels her way in for 6. She would score on the try after to make it 7-zip Scots at the half. The Crusaders dial it up on D in the third. Not holding back, McGoldrick with another flagpole. But Carlmont's defense was lights out from start to finish. Sophia Lee again, not getting fooled with the trickery. She says, "I ain't putting up with that tomfoolery." And the Scots tack on another touchdown in the fourth quarter as Lauren Green finds Miranda McCormick, and Miranda weaves her way across the goal line for 6. Carlmont gets the job done on its home field, beating Riordan 13-0.
I mean, obviously it was so special. I mean, I came into this game hearing like, oh, this team's really good, like we need to be worried. So I think it's great to get that shutout and get our second win, like especially knowing that this team is really good, and just it gives us a little more of like a confidence boost going into the rest of the league, knowing that we can play this well and that we will.
In Belmont with the Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week, I'm Jake Vanderbrook, 49ers Cal High Sports.
A beautiful night in Newark as Tennyson visits Newark Memorial for a non-league matchup. First snap for the Tennyson offense, handed off to Montrell Rice from his own 35-yard line, and Montrell is loose. Rice running through defenders left and right. Can't take him down there. Oh, can't take him down again. One more defender tries to drag him down, but Rice is unstoppable. He finds the end zone. It's 6-0 Lancers after one. Newark Memorial looks to respond. Tristan Lack gets the rock, and number 25 picks up roughly 25 yards on this carry, but the drive would stall. Later in the half, it's 4th down. The Lancers decide to go for it. Rice gets the handoff, and Biggie is loose, and forget the first down. Montrell wants a tutty, and that's exactly what he will get. 14-0 Tennyson. Here is the kickoff after the touchdown. A picture-perfect onside kick. The Lancers recover with under 3 to go in the half. Cape Tay executes the onside kick, then converts it to a touchdown when he finds his big brother Taylor Tannimo in the end zone. 22-0 Lancers at the half. Tennyson tacks on one more in the third when Rice gets the rock for his 3rd touchdown of the night. The Lancers defense puts on a clinic, not allowing a single point in this matchup. Tennyson moves to 2-0 on the season.
Palo Alto meeting Sacred Heart Prep for our little Thursday night volleyball action, picking up the highlights in the 3rd set. Tied at a set apiece, Anya Covert throws up the block, gets the point as Pally takes a dominant lead. 18-9 Pally. Reese Yapich with a diving save. Danny Friend sets it to the middle. Emily Mulkey who puts the point away. Then it's Mara Hambley putting the set away. From the back row, she drills it just inside the sideline, and the Vikings take the 1-set lead. SHP battling back. Layla Abrams makes a great save. It's a perfect pass to Kylie McKibben, who feeds Poema Uglatoni, and the senior puts it away. Bella Jensen Oligas receives it. McGibbons with the long pass to Abrams, and the sophomore ties the 3rd set at 21. Here's Pally now. Elena De Lorenzo to Sophie Hill to Mora Hambley, and the senior gets one of her team-high 15 kills. But the Gators score 4 unanswered points to win the set. An incredible dig from the libero, Genevieve Lee, and Uglatoni smashes it, tipped off the defender for the point, and the Gators force a 5th set. The Vikings up early in the deciding set. Hill to Hambley, point Pally, but this one belongs to the Gators. McKibben to Abrams, that's kill number 21 for the sophomore, and win number 3 for the Gators as they beat Pally in 5 sets to remain undefeated on the season.
Diamond Training and Development helps athletes reach the Diamond Standard. Each week we profile an athlete meeting that standard at their school.
Our Diamond Training and Development Diamond Standard athlete is Lexi Musselwhite from the Piedmont Hills girls volleyball team. Lexi stays busy on campus, taking part in a number of different clubs, but her biggest focus is with Pass the Plate, where she serves as vice president. The club's mission is to support special education students by developing social skills and building a connection with a shared meal. Lexi Musselwhite is this week's Diamond Training and Development Diamond Standard.
D-Line Constructors brings us the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week again this season. This week's D-Line Defensive Play goes to the Lincoln Mustangs defense. Lawson Wong applying the pressure, allowing Marvell Salane to pick the pass, hurl the quarterback, and score a game-tying pick 6. Amazing.
If you're not following us on social media, you might be the only one. We are at 49ers Cal High on Instagram and on YouTube. 40,000 followers on Instagram with 1.5 million views in the last week alone.
That's amazing. You can help our show by subscribing to our YouTube channel to see full shows, individual game highlights, brand new extended highlights, and our episodes of the Covered Cal High podcast. Become a member and get access to complete game videos, early access to highlights, and lots more. Again, 49ers Cal High is where to find us.
Coming up, another huge early season matchup as St. Francis travels to Oakland to meet McClymonds.
And Andrew Hill meets Los Gatos in flag football, but first, here is our U.S. Bank Bay Area flag football poll.
Off season? Nah, this is level up season. At Diamond Training and Development, it's all baseball and softball all year. Faster hands, bigger hits, harder throws, no excuses, just work. You want that starting spot, that college scout's attention? Show them what you did when nobody was watching. At Diamond Training and Development, off season is on.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
You didn't choose a European car for average performance, so don't settle for average service. At Euroclinic, we specialize in Audi, Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, and other marques, delivering expert maintenance and a refined experience. Valet pickup, exotic towing, a private lounge, meticulous service with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. Euroclinic, Silicon Valley's choice for European and exotic care, where performance meets premium service.
We are Archbishop Mitty, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
The St. Francis Lancers played SoCal Power Cathedral Catholic to open up its season. The Lancers playing well, but taking home an opening game loss. Still, St. Francis has lots of talent, including senior linebacker Chase Cahoon, who is headed to Stanford next season.
That's right, and McClymonds is widely expected to take the Oakland League again this year. The Warriors also lost their opener and looking for their first win of the season. MAC featuring outstanding senior Riordan Duncan, who is headed to Washington next season. The Lancers and Warriors at MAC House Friday night.
Let's go to the MAC House as McClymonds battles St. Francis and the Warriors strike first as Burrell Staples uncorks this ball to Jesse King, who sheds a tackle down the sideline, stays in bounds for a 42-yard score. PAT no good, 6-0 MAC. The Lancers respond shortly after. Andrew Franzino, facing heavy pressure, finds a wide open Saya Porter, and there he goes! See ya! 63 yards to glory, tack on the extra point. It's 7-6 Lancers after one. Second quarter now. MAC rolling the dice on fourth down. Staples on a 5-step drop, gets his feet set, airs it out, and Riordan Duncan makes the catch. Did he get a foot down? He did! Touchdown! He's got a cast on his left hand. That's insane! Warriors tack on a safety to make it 14-7 at the half. Second half now. Check out this run by Motu Kiana Aina. A few jukes. That's a big run there. Kingston's going to appreciate that, and it would lead to this 30-yard field goal by Lucas Vaughn. And after he made the field goal and kicked a touchback on the ensuing kickoff, he was pretty pumped about it. 14-10 MAC after 3. Fourth quarter, Lancers threatening with under 2 minutes left. But Koi Tayase is there for the sack, pushing the Lancers back. One last chance for St. Francis on fourth down, looking for the go-ahead touchdown, but the pass falls incomplete as MAC hangs on to beat St. Francis 14-10.
Two 2-0 teams meeting at Los Gatos. Andrew Hill looking good early. Analia Felix throwing perfectly over the middle to Jasmine Tercios. That's the Falcons' first down, but the Cats with stifling defense all night long. This pass is picked by Jacqueline Birnbaumer, one of 4 interceptions on the night for LG. The Cats get on the board in a tight first half. Outstanding sophomore quarterback Helena Yeoman buys some time, then hits Sophie Reese at the goal line. Nice catch by the junior captain. 6-0 Cats. They go for one, and the Yeoman pass is caught in the back of the end zone by Chloe Wilson, who does a nice job getting 1 foot down. 7-0 Cats at the half. Third quarter, Yeoman fires to Reese, who shovels it to Riley Cronin on the hook and lateral, and it works perfectly. Cronin scores. 13-0 Cats. Fourth quarter now, Yonan looking and finding her favorite target, Reese, who makes an amazing leaping catch. It's 20-0 Los Gatos. Hill trying to get back in it, but there's Reese again, this time on defense with a pick and a great return, avoiding defenders, and that's a pick 6, and the Cats were on their way. Later on in the fourth quarter now, Yonan gets her 4th touchdown pass of the game. The freshman Callie Nelson hauls it in and then spins into the end zone. The Cats win it, going to 3-0 on the season. Big games in this one from Yonan and Reese as Los Gatos wins it. 32-0 was the final.
The Cal Hope Courage Award brings us stories of athletes who inspire us.
Jake Vandenbroek is here with the story of a Piedmont Hills football player and his battle with epilepsy.
That's right, Robert. Aubrey, scary stuff, by the way. About 2 years ago, Diego Casanova started having seizures and then was diagnosed with epilepsy. But today, he's shining on the gridiron while lifting up his teammates with resilience.
Afternoon practice at Piedmont Hills High School. This is where you can find Diego Casanova, who is a major force to be reckoned with.
Football is everything, my home, my happiness. I want it every day. It's not just something I do because I'm bored. It's like, I want it bad. It's something I love, cherish every moment of it.
Without a doubt, Diego's courage and strength makes him a difference maker on the gridiron, but his story goes beyond football. It's about his battle with epilepsy, which began 2 years ago.
I was sleeping and then my mom woke me up and she's like, you don't know what happened? And I just see the ambulance in front of me and they're like, and I asked them, why are you here? And they're like, you don't know what happened. I was like, no, I just woke up from a nap. And they're like, no, you had your first seizure right now.
Yo te noté algo raro porque vi que se te cayó tu teléfono de la mano y me quedé fijamente viéndote y le hablé a mi primo y ya tuve que llamar a la ambulancia porque mi esposo no estaba, andaba trabajando. Entonces eso fue muy duro para mí.
Diego went through 6 seizures. It was a tough time for him and his family. It was also a shock to his teammates, including his best friend, Darian.
It was just out of nowhere. He told me, and then I was like, whoa, like, how can I help him to be good and make sure he's fine?
To this day, Diego takes medication to manage his epilepsy, and while his return to the game he loves most is inspiring, it hasn't been easy, especially for his mom, who admits she was very scared through it all.
Sí sentía miedo, era un deporte que no quería que lo jugara porque tenía mucho miedo que le fuera a pasar algo, a lesionar. Llegó el día en que yo le metía un poquito de miedo, le decía que el doctor me decía que no podía jugarlo, pero llegó el día en que él le preguntó al doctor y el doctor le dijo que él podía jugar, que no había ningún problema. Entonces él decidió y dijo, no más, voy a jugar porque es lo que yo quiero hacer.
It does always stay in the back of my mind, but like I know that the medications I've taken for over the years, it's helped me, so like I try not to worry about them, but like just want to be out on the field.
However, at the end of the day, Diego has his parents' support every step of the way.
Me siento muy orgullosa de él porque a pesar de su enfermedad, le ha mostrado que otras personas pueden hacerlo, que no con una enfermedad se vaya a detener, sino tiene la oportunidad de seguir adelante. Eso lo veo muy motivado, que en un futuro, o sea, él puede ser alguien porque lo demuestra en la cancha que él es algo que le apasiona.
My parents are everything. They're the person I do it for every day. I'm inspired, and I want to give them back something I'm able to give them when I'm future, either with football or also I'm trying to pursue being a firefighter. So they mean everything. They're my whole world. I can't do anything without them.
Football means more than just wins or stats. It's about gearing up each week and going to battle with this Pirate squad.
Everything, my brothers, my everything, they want as bad as I want, and we just want to go out there and compete every week.
From battling seizures to battling on the field, Diego has proven nothing can keep him from chasing his dreams.
No doubt about it, Diego's a very hard worker. He's excited about chasing his football dreams and one day hopes to serve his community as a firefighter.
Incredible.
Fantastic. Be sure to scan the QR code on the screen to get more information on the Cal Hope Courage Award Scholarship Program.
Mara West Credit Union honors teachers all around the Bay Area for their great work they do every day.
Here's Haley Coolidge from Carlmont talking about her favorite teacher, Addison Gaitan.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Gaitan. She's my AS English teacher, and I really like her because she's really nice, and I know that she's going to push me to do my best academically in that class. It's a challenging class, but I know that she's going to help me and strengthen my abilities, so I really like her. I have a good time in her class.
Gillette presents the Precision Player each week. This is a young athlete already making his or her mark in sports.
This week we honor Riordan sophomore wideout Max Mitchell. Max turning some heads with his great speed and soft hands, and his older brother is a quarterback, so he gets lots of chances. Max Mitchell, this week's Gillette Precision Player of the Week. Coming up, it's the Battle of the Den with Pioneer and Leland.
And a terrific girls volleyball matchup with Branson and Carondelet. You're watching the Bay Area's high school sports show, 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Introducing Secure Edge Money Market Account. A high-yield savings options with added deposit insurance. It's available at no extra cost to you. Easily grow and manage your savings all in one place. With tiered interest rate, additional insurance coverage, and easy access to your funds. With balances starting at $10,000, you can earn up to 2.80 annual percentage yield on deposits over $250,000. Ask us about our Secure Edge money market account today.
On the field, you've got your team. Off the field, you need one too, especially in math. Bay Area Tutor for Athletes lets you build your own squad, up to 5 teammates for small group online tutoring, or go one-on-one for a custom plan. We cover algebra, geometry, trigonometry, calculus, and more. Our goal? Help you meet GPA requirements, maintain your eligibility, and prepare for college. Because winning in the classroom is just as important as winning on the scoreboard.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
time. Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
A big game in South San Jose as rivals Leland and Pioneer square off in the Battle of the Den. They call it the Den because both schools are in Alameda, which Robert knows a lot about. This game has a long history with lots of great players.
Absolutely, including the Hoffman brothers at Pioneer. Dave went on to play in the NFL and become a Secret Service agent for 2 presidents and 2 vice presidents. Leland stars include Pat Tillman and Brent Jones, the 2 teams playing for Almaden bragging rights Friday night. Randy Fry and his crew working this big game at Pioneer. Leland driving early. Philip Arsentescu tossing to the sophomore David Algren for a Chargers first down. But the Chargers turn it over and the Mustangs take advantage. Pioneer coming with a big dose of senior Colton Bermeo. Cole Canner with a nice tackle for the Chargers. Later same drive, Braden Reese tosses on the out pattern to Connor Christensen, and Connor hops his way into the end zone. Pioneer up 7-0. Pioneer driving again later in the first as Reese tosses over the middle to Adam Larson, who had a fine game on both sides of the ball. That leads to this 37-yard field goal by outstanding kicker and punter Nathan Barrows. 10-0 Pioneer after 1. And the Pioneer block and groove crew was feeling pretty confident. Third quarter now, and the Pioneer defense takes over. Linebacker Juan Jose Garcia into the backfield for a tackle for loss. More Pioneer Diaz. Larson takes a hit in the back and just destroys the ball carrier. This time it's Matthew Wheeler and Bryce Coates teaming up for the Pioneer sack. The Mustangs moving in the fourth. Reese passes to Josh Fisher, who gets a Pioneer first down. And then later it's Barrows again, this time from 32 yards out. And Pioneer has a 13-0 win, taking back the Battle of the Den trophy. A big game for running back Colton Bermeo, who had 103 yards on the game.
Buckle up for this showdown as Carondelet hosts Branson. The Cougars would claw their way to win set 1 as Lauren Kim feeds a pass to Ava Van Petegem, and the junior unloads for the kill, 27-25 Carondelet. But the reigning NCS Open Division champs charge back to take set 2 as LSI tools it off the defender, 25-17 Bulls. To the third set now, Bulls looking to cut the deficit to 2. But Kira Silvestri times her jump perfectly to record the block, and Kira's pumped up. Then it's Bella Virtudes serving up an ace, and Carondelet takes the third set, 25-18. Fourth set now, it's Kim setting up Van Petegem, and AVP drops the hammer, 27 kills for the junior, but here come the Bulls fighting back as Summer Maunder rips it down, that ain't coming back. Then this set turned into a block party. Match point for the Cougars. Ellie Corsello says access denied. All tied at 24. Moments later, Branson looking for set point, and Abby King comes away with the block. 27-25. Set 5. Here we come. And from there, Branson would take over this match. How about Blake Cusson ripping it off the defender for match point? 12 kills for the Southpaw as Branson wins a thriller on the road, taking this match 3-2.
Lexus of Stevens Creek brings us the volunteer award each week, leading to $10,000 in scholarships. This is an athlete who does great work in the community.
Aubrey, this week's Lexus of Stevens Creek volunteers, Kiana Wong from the Lee field hockey team. Kiana volunteers her time at the Aviation Museum in San Carlos. Kiana does all sorts of activities, including helping young people learn about aviation. Kiana was Volunteer of the Year in 2024. She's planning to major in aeronautical engineering in college. Kiana is a pilot with more hours flying a plane than behind the wheel of a car. Kiana explains why this volunteer work is so important to her.
I find it really important because it's good to support your community, and if you're going to be a part of the community, you got to learn about what it is, and you got to show yourself, because I feel like it's just important that you're a part of something that you're planning to be part of in the future. And so if you don't interact with anything, you're not going to know what's going on in the world.
The Harker School presents the Scholar Athlete Award each and every week.
This week's Scholar Athlete is Sabrina Neal from the Los Altos flag football team. Sabrina is an outstanding quarterback and has a very impressive 4.4 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. Last week, Harker's class of 2029 was welcomed back to campus for the annual 9th grade field day, where students were introduced to their advisory groups and enjoyed a variety of fun team building activities. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Coming up, Vinny Taylor and his Alhambra Bulldogs take on Miramonte.
And Los Gatos travels to Brentwood to meet Liberty, but first, here is this week's learning tip presented by the Bay Area Tutoring Association.
Use math drills. Flashcards aren't just for vocab. Use them for formulas, multiplication facts, geometry theorems, and math terms. Quick fire reviews sharpen recall, just like speed drills in sports.
The Alhambra Bulldogs opened the season impressively with a 34-2 win over Hercules. The Bulldogs, with shifty running back Vinny Taylor, having a big game for the Dogs.
Is he your cousin?
No, I don't think so.
He's
Taylor?
not my cousin Vinny. Carson Blair had a big game for the Matadors with 281 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in the Miramonte opening week win. Two teams looking to go to 2-0 at Miramonte Friday night. I recommend My Cousin Vinny. Good movie.
I watched it.
Here come the Miramonte Matadors as they host Alhambra Friday night. The Mats on the board right away, give the rock to Charlie Huang, and Charlie powers his way into the end zone. PAT good in it, 7-0 Miramonte. Then later in the quarter, Carson Blair drops back and connects with George Gilbert, who shows off the spin move, jukes a defender and runs all the way inside the 30. The Mats punch it in a couple plays later, 14-0 Miramonte. Miramonte on the attack again. Carson Blair scrambles out of the pocket and fires it to the end zone for James Rogers, who hauls it in for the touchdown. The point after is no good, and it's 22-0 Mats after 1. The Matadors on the board again in the second. Blair rolls out and finds a wide open David Roman for the TD. 26-0 Miramonte at the half. Alhambra breaks through in the second half. Handed to Logan Donahue, who muscles his way in for the score. 26-7 Miramonte. The Bulldogs looking to continue the comeback trail, but the deep pass is tipped and intercepted by George Gilbert. A great play from the junior right here to stop the Alhambra drive. One more for Miramonte as Blair throws it over the middle to David Roman, who fights his way into the end zone for the score as the Mats improve to 2-0 in the season. Blair with 4 total touchdowns for the Mats.
The Liberty Drumline leading the Lions onto the field against Los Gatos. The Cats take an early lead as Callum Schweitzer fires deep to Bo Musser, who makes the catch and falls into the end zone. Great play and a 7-0 Cats lead. Second quarter, and Schweitzer sees a hole, and he's going to take off. The outstanding senior quarterback is in, and it's 14-0 Los Gatos. Just before the half, the Cats in the red zone handed to Devontae Trout. It's a 7-yard TD run and a 21-0 Cats lead at the half. The Cats defense was tough all night long. Simon Panu gets the sack right there. The Cats on offense, and it's Schweitzer. A play-action fake, and then a rocket to outstanding senior wideout Max Thomas. 28-0 later in the third. Grayson Doslak takes the rock and barrels his way in. 35-0 Cats. The Lions looking to move the ball, but another fine defensive play, this time by the Cats' Braddock Boyer, who gets the pick. Liberty gets rolling late. This is Tyshawn Davis with a nice run for a Lions first down. Later same drive, Xander Barrows back to pass. He fires into the end zone. Jackson Bell gets the ball. It's a touchdown, but not enough as Los Gatos wins it 35-7. Schweitzer with 155 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air for the Cats.
Bernardi Zurada is the official injury attorneys for the San Francisco 49ers, and each week Bernardi Zurada finds people in the high school sports community and highlights their efforts.
This week's Bernardi Zurada hometown hero is Tyler Abley, a proud Granada alum. Tyler brings his passion for sports back to the Matadors community. You'll find him at nearly every Granada sporting event, capturing the action through photos and videos. Tyler Abley is this week's Bernardi Zurada hometown hero.
Albany's Construction knows a thing or two about hard work, and that's why they bring us the dirty work play each week. This week's play comes from Gabe Haratunian from Camp Lindo. Gabe with a big hit in the Cougars win last week.
Coming up, the high-flying Acalanes Dons take on the Bears from Menlo-Atherton.
And we'll meet the flag football girls from Branham and see the Bruins in action against Alameda. But first, here's this week's High Five Top 5 brought to you by High Five Restaurant and Catering in San Jose. This week, it's the top quarterback performances from week 1.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses US Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Bernardi Zurada. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Bernardi Zurada, because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
This isn't just auto repair, this is Euro Clinic, Silicon Valley's destination for European auto care. Located in Santa Clara, we deliver precision maintenance and repair with uncompromising standards. Enjoy flexible drop-offs, concierge updates, towing for exotics, and valet pickup. Your vehicle is backed by a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty while you relax in our modern lounge with espresso and private workspaces. Expect more than a dealer, expect Euro Clinic.
For over 65 years, Delta Dental has been at the forefront of progressive healthcare for all, offering high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. At Delta Dental, we're committed to pushing the industry to transform modern healthcare so your family gets more moments that matter for generations to come. Schedule your oral health checkup today.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
The Acalanes Dons were really good in their opener last week. Tyler Winkles throwing for 249 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Dons.
Acalanes taking on Menlo-Atherton this week. The Bears with an opening week loss and looking to get back on track in Lafayette this week. Acalanes set to face Menlo-Atherton in Lafayette Friday night, and we open up in the Dons' opening drive. Tyler Winkles hands it off to Josh Elertz, and Elertz with a wide open lane. He comes crashing down the sideline for a 30-yard pickup. Almost crashes into me. Thanks for not doing that, Josh. He would score on the next play, looking for a seam here and finding his way in for 6. It is 6-0 Dons. A turnover gives Acalanes back the ball. Then it's a Winkles pass to Finley Rivera. Finn puts 6 more on the board. A missed 2-point conversion makes it 12-0. The Aka defense making play after play after play. A wide open Tommy Turhar gets the quick tackle for loss. Acalanes would go on to lead 20-0 in the second. 5 minutes to go before the half. Winkles drops back, launches it up the field, and it is a dime to Grant Ricker. A 43-yard play leading to another Dons touchdown. 28-0 Acalanes. Time winding down in the first half. Teddy Dacey throws to Matthew Kwan, and what a grab from the senior to move the chains, leading to a Bears field goal, but that's all the scoring Acalanes would allow all game long. Second half, Winkles hands it off to Deontay Littlejohn, a stiff arm, and making his way through two defenders, going all the way to the house. Acalanes improves to 2-0 in league with a decisive victory over Menlo-Atherton. The Branham flag football team is coming off a great season and looking to keep it rolling this season.
The Bruins meeting with our Jake Vanderbrook at the Rikers Center to discuss it ahead of their game against Alameda.
And here's the girls flag football team from Branham High School. Get some noise! Okay, so we're going to start off with Aubrey Rosenblum. So Aubrey, you guys had a wonderful season last year. 16 wins, 2 losses. You know, there's some new faces on this team. What will it take to get back to that high level like you guys did last year?
We've definitely been working really hard this season. It's been a really good month so far, and I think that we're really just going to keep practicing together, get that team chemistry up, and I really think that we can do good this season.
For sure, for sure. I'm going to make my way over to Sydney Short. So, Sydney, there's a lot of rule changes that are happening in flag football. So we went from halves to quarters, and then from no punting to punting. Do you like the rule changes, or is this something that you guys are slowly adjusting?
I think it's a big adjustment, but I think it can make the game really fun, and the hardest rule change for me has been the blocking with the rushing, so we just need to work at it, and we can definitely do it.
Awesome. All right, finally I'm going to make my way over to Autumn Burns. So, Autumn, you guys are going to be facing Alameda. They are the NCS champs in flag football from last season. So what will it take for you guys to stop this Alameda team?
I mean, we have been working since our last game to work on like all of the kinks that we had, and we're hoping it goes much smoother this time.
Okay, you're going to see the Branham Bruins in action against Alameda. Highlights coming up next. But first, take us out with a break.
Bruins on me, Bruins on 3. 1, 2, 3,
And here are the Branham Bruins getting set to take on Alameda Wednesday afternoon. It was a defensive battle in the first half as the pass is picked off by Violet Schnitter to end the Bruins' drive. Now it's Branham's turn to make a play on defense. Here's the Bruins' talented junior Sydney Short getting the sack. No score at the half. Branham breaks through in the second half. Audrey Taylor fires and hits Maria Velasquez, who runs down the sideline all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. The point after is no good, and it's 6-0 Branham Bruins. Branham looking to extend its lead, but the pass is intercepted by Ella Hong, and the junior is gone! A pick 6 for this outstanding junior. The point after is no good, and it's all tied up at 6 after 3 quarters. Alameda with the chance to win it in the fourth, but the deep pass is picked off by Aubrey Rosenblum to stop the Hornets' drive and send the game to overtime. Branham did not score in its possession in overtime, but Alameda does. Leon Molina connects with Zelaya Koparuvias, who secures the catch in the end zone for the touchdown as the Hornets win the game in OT to go to 2-1 in the season. 12-6 was the final.
Delta Dental honors entire teams who perform well on the field and in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award. This week we recognize the Woodside flag football team, the Wildcats with the best GPA in the section last season with a 3.7 GPA.
Coming up, San Mateo battles Menlo.
But first, here's our U.S. Bank Top 10 Bay Area football poll. The Menlo Knights are coming off a 1-0 start behind senior quarterback Jack Freehill. He's our guy.
Yeah, he's a good one. The Knights taking on San Mateo at home this week. The Bearcats also Week 1 winners, rushing for 344 yards in the game and throwing just one pass. Lucas Fitzgerald ran for 135 yards for San Mateo. The Bearcats and Knights, Saturday afternoon.
Let's head to Atherton as Menlo battles San Mateo. Middle of the first quarter, Jack Freehill shows off his Columbia baseball arm and drops a dime to Trevor Vanderpyle for a big play to move the chains, and it would lead to this 1-yard touchdown rush for Freehill as he takes it himself. PAT good, 7-0 Knights after 1. San Mateo responds in the second quarter with Lucas Fitzgerald on the quarterback keeper, and Lucas breaks free for a 28-yard score. We're all tied at 7 apiece, but Menlo is on the move. Hand the rock to Chuck Wynn, and no one's going to catch Chuckster. A 36-yard touchdown for the senior. It's 14-7 Menlo at the half. Third quarter, and the Knights extend their lead to double figures as Freehill decides to keep the rock, and the senior barrels his way in for 6. Freehill finished with 3 rushing touchdowns in this game, 21-7 Knights. And oh yeah, tack on a touchdown pass for the baseball star, a little RPO action as Freehill slings it over the middle to Vanderpyle, and yeah, you can kiss him goodbye. 56 yards to Fantasyland, 28-7 Knights. Great game on the ground for Tice Copus for San Mateo. This is one of the seniors' 2 touchdowns, including the 7-yard scamper to make it 28-14. Menlo charges back. Here's Freehill on the quarterback draw. Follows his blockers, finds a lane down the far sideline, cuts back into the middle of the field, and Jack is going the distance. And at the 1-yard line, he gives the ball to Palmer Riley for another Knights touchdown. You don't see that often. Late in the 4th, here's Fitzgerald going deep and connecting with Hamilton Pitney for 6, but not enough as Menlo improves to 2-0 on the season, beating San Mateo 42-28.
DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer, so each week they bring us the Be Happy Play, a play guaranteed to make everyone happy.
This week's DGDG.com Be Happy Play goes to the Pioneer Mustangs, winning the Battle of the Den, and the Mustangs are so happy to be hoisting that trophy. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com.
Coming up, the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
But first, here's this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, brought to you by Lumen Digital.
It's important to use budgeting tools. Digital banking apps and online tools can help you manage your money more effectively and keep track of progress toward your financial goals. Take advantage of personalized dashboards and complimentary coaching.
So, we've gone through all the plays this week.
Every single play.
Every single play. And we made the decision on which play is a Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
We did. Mostly Adrian did, but
yes,
yeah, we did.
Adrian Soriano, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like it, you blame Adrian. Here it is, the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
We start off with McClymonds with Sean Duncan, the Washington Mound senior, with a great catch for the touchdown with the cast on. How about Miramonte's George Gilbert with the tip and the pick? Nice play from the senior. Let's head off to Los Gatos now for Helena Yonin, to Sophie Rees, to Riley Cronin. A trickery play for the Wildcats touchdown. Back to the East Bay now for Arroyo's Robert McGahee making the catch, then showing off the spin cycle, then taking the ball all the way inside the red zone. But the play of the week, without a doubt, this week has to go to Tennyson's Montrell Rice. Montrell juking 2 defenders, breaking multiple tackles all the way for a Tennyson Lancers touchdown in their win against Newark Memorial this week. Let's see it in slow-mo now. Montrell Rice looking like Marshawn Lynch out there. Is he the new beast mode? I don't know. But Montrell, you just won the play of the week. Woo!
That's the Play of the Week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week for the story of the Wilcox cheerleader taking the mat after over a dozen heart surgeries. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You'll also be able to see full game videos and vote for the Players of the Week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.